Okay, that's gonna be my last video for this section of it. I'm gonna do more videos. Like I said, I promise you around 10, 9 or 10. So, I'm not done for the day, but I'll be done with this section. Okay, step by step. Starred Suzanne Summers, of course, and co-starred, well, I mean, they both co-starred. Patrick Duffy and Suzanne Summers. And then Stacy Keenan and Christine Lincoln and Angela Watson and Christopher Castile and Josh Byrne. Um, and I mean, there are a lot of kids, and it was they both had three. So wait a second. And then there was Sasha Mitchell, who played the nephew Cody. So there are a lot of kids around all the time. Okay. It was 1991 to 1998, so 7 years. And I think it did what most sitcoms did, which is take a lot of young kids and have them grow up, and then go through the growing up phase, and then the teenage dating phase, and then most of them stop off at college. Um, some of them, a few, somebody got married in the end, but not too many like that because they were perceived as too young. So, um, okay, so how this is different from the Brady Bunch? Well, couple of differences. They're two divorced parents with their own kids. Um, so a big difference from 1969. They actually said the word divorce, and they actually slept in the same bed, and they had two bathrooms in the house as opposed to one. And I don't know if they ever had a pet, but I don't think so. And then of course, later on in the series, toward the end, they had a little girl together, Lily. So, um, or in the fifth season, and then they surpassed her really quick. Um, so, but yeah, this was I'd say a more modern take on divorced parents and what happens when you remarry and how easy and how hard it is to blend families together, and that sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and even when it works, you're gonna have the squabbles with kids growing up. Um, because Frank, they wrote Frank's role as he was a caring father, but he did whatever, like routine things, and if it wasn't routine, he didn't do it. And if there was a problem, he threw it out and he bought a new one. Um, in the first episode, after he comes back from vacation, which they talk about it also, but I mean, they got married when they were both on vacation. So the father's gone 4 days, and the kids haven't done the dishes or anything like that. So what does he do? He takes the dishes, throws them away, and says, "I'll just buy a new set." Um. So then he has to break the news, and they don't break the news that they're married yet. But he says they're gonna move. So they pack up their stuff in 24 hours, and this is all in the first episode. They pack up their stuff and move to her house. And the kids, her kids, are not happy about it, and his kids are not happy about it either. But her kids are really not happy with it because they're like, "How dare you?" Kind of, what do you mean we have to share our space with three more kids? And you're talking, and then she tells them who it is, and then they don't like each other because they pick on each other in school, that kind of a thing. And then um so, uh, okay. A difference is that he has three kids, but it's two boys and a girl, and she has two girls and one boy. And then even the girl Al, her name is Alicia, but she's called Al. So you can tell that, he wanted it. He loves his daughter, but it seems like he wanted a son. And then he kind of got the son because they wrote Christine Lakin's character to be really tomboyish and not into dresses and into construction and guys things. And then when she became a woman, and then when she had the coming of age thing, then he took it really hard and he didn't know how to deal with it. The typical thing they usually do with a father. They did this with Who's the Boss too with Alyssa Milano, Samantha. When she had to buy her first bra, he didn't know what to do. So he he didn't want to look like he was weird. So like he didn't know how to act in the shop. It was just like it's funny too. But she had Angela, Judith Light to help her out. Whereas I mean Carol would have helped her out, but she didn't feel like she could come to this new woman, supposed to be her mother, and say, "Could you help me out with that?" So, you so yeah, it really shone a light on the differences in families and the fact that it's not about they love each other, but you still have pains when you're trying to mesh together because it doesn't always mesh like that, and it takes time. So I think that sitcom showcased all the sides of it, the funny and the funny and sad and dramatic and stuff, and even in the first episode also, uh, Al's character had a stomach ache and it turned out to be appendicitis. Now her father would have said just go to school, but Carol said, "Are you really hurting?" So she takes her to the doctor immediately, and of course, they find out that she has appendicitis and she has to have surgery. So when she comes out of the surgery and the anesthetic, they say, "Well, who's with you?" And she says, "The blonde bimbo." I'm sorry, I know it's not funny, but it's just funny the way she delivers it. Okay, because it's this little girl, and she says that. And then the doctor says, "Oh, I just figured it was a term of endearment." So yeah. So as you can tell, I was a fan of a lot of Suzanne Summers' work. Um, so okay, bye guys.